And the question of the day, did you miss the Netflix trade? Guys, if you trade options, you can't afford to be missing crazy trades like this. How much would you have actually paid for a service that would have allowed you to capture this 13x trade, guys? For those of you just waking up this morning, you're like, damn, what the hell happened to Netflix? You're reading all the headlines. Guys, this was yesterday, April 19th. This is today, April 20th. And if you're reading the news, guys, when do you see the news? Well, it's a day later, April 20th. Okay, this is CNBC. Netflix stock plunges 37%. Where the fuck was CNBC yesterday? Bloomberg, no different. Netflix, shares plunge. Okay, when does this information come out? It is absolutely useless for you as a trader reading these headlines because it doesn't help you profit. It doesn't help you capture this 13x trade. So the one thing you could have done different is you could have certainly studied the 13 markets move formula and signed up for our alert service. Check this out yesterday. 26 minutes before the close of the trading day on April 19th, we send out the alert for our members to buy Netflix 320 puts. Now the alert was sent right here. They were going for $8 and our members were selling them today for as much as 11,000, basically 110 bucks per contract. So that was a 13x trade, guys. And if you're new to options, you probably wonder, well, how does this work out? How do you actually make money when stuff drops, guys? This is what always have been puzzling me, okay? Why do so many traders so reluctant to profit when markets drop? Markets go up all the time, but so they drop all the time as well. For every bounce, there is a drop. So if you're trying to learn how to capture this magnificent drops in the market and actually profit from them, 13 market moves is the way to go. So this is just another 13x trade, guys. Last week we had some 20x, 30x trades on some stocks that you never even heard of. So yesterday when we sent out that alert, the options in the 320 strike were going for just above $8. $8.25 is what you could have gotten in, $8.30 a contract. Now for those of you who are new to options, that literally translates that one contract you would have been spending $825, $830, depending on where you got filled on the trade. Now this morning you would have been selling these contracts for $110, basically $11,000. So if you bought 5 contracts, you would have made over $50,000 on this trade right here, guys. Now some of our members, guys, they've been loading up on this thing. Okay, 20, 30. I got some guys with 50, 60 contracts on this, so you can only imagine. These guys are up today in the neighborhood of $300,000, $400,000 in this trade. But the point is, okay, you can't be listening to all the damn analysts, okay? Look at all these analysts, okay? They've been doing nothing but going bullish on Netflix before the earnings, okay? These guys, they don't have a fucking clue, okay? So this guy, Pivotal Research, raises Netflix to a buy a couple of months ago. Piper Sandler, wait, basically it's a buy. JP Morgan, buy. Citigroup, buy. Everybody wants you to buy. When do they actually send their downgrade messages? Look at this. After the shit drops, okay, the hell out. After Netflix shares are down 30%, 37%, this is when they send out their downgrades. So basically, look at this. JP Morgan, back in January, okay, they were overweight, meaning they were suggested to buy the stock. Today, on April 20th, they're downgrading it to neutral. And the list goes on, right? All these analysts that were highly crazy bullish. The question, where were they yesterday, okay? Before the stock plunged, I mean, almost 40%, guys. This is a huge drop, but it's not even surprising anymore. Last earnings season, we have Facebook that dropped in the same magnitude. The question to be asking right now as a trader, where's really the market going? While all these analysts are telling you to buy, by the way, just yesterday, actually I like this guy a lot, Marko Kolonovic, okay? He basically runs the JP Morgan there, and what does he say? Well, since from trading perspective, JP Morgan expects a short-term rally. Well, 13 market moves will say JP Morgan is wrong, just like they have been wrong on this Netflix trade. And so if you're really trying to profit from the market, guys, we've got some stellar trades that you cannot afford to miss. Now, the question of the day now, of course, is, I mean, how crazy could this collapse get in the market? And we're thinking, depending on what these next big 4 names are going to do, meaning, you know, Amazon, Tesla, Facebook, and so on, I mean, we could get a sharp correction in the market, literally from, you know, 44, 64 level where we're at today, all the way down to 34.55. I mean, that is a huge correction, which wouldn't be shocking, right? You would be thinking, okay, some of these technology stocks that are already down 30, 50, 70%, is there a way they can go lower? Well, damn it, Netflix just showed us that, yeah, there's plenty more room. If you recall, Netflix not so far was trading around 600-700 a share. Now it's at 200. Okay, that is more than a 50-60% correction. But the market has not corrected yet. And if all these big names are going to continue correcting, if we get another major name like Tesla going sharply lower after hours today, which we believe have a high probability of actually taking place, this market is going to fall out faster than you can actually imagine. So let me show you some things here as far as Tesla concerned. So how low will Tesla stock drop tonight, guys? Next 72 hours, what are we looking at? Guys, there's actually a probability of Tesla shares dropping to $780 based off this chart. And based on the current market conditions, it can easily happen. So we actually sent out a message earlier to our members to be buying when we're at about 10:30 area, buying 980 strike put. So you'll see where that's going to be by the end of the day. But 780 is our target on Tesla over the next 72 hours. It's got pretty decent support here around 750. We're not shooting quite to go as low as this, but 780 would be a reasonable target considering where the markets are right now, and considering that all the analysts, they're so freaking complacent right now. They're not seeing what's about to take place. So Twitter behavior points to a sell-off in Tesla shares, guys. If you read this chart, if Elon Musk was really going to buy Twitter, we would not be looking at a chart like this right here. At some point, he may be buying it. We don't know, but we don't see it happening anytime soon. So there's no reason, okay, to be bullish Twitter here. As a matter of fact, there is a great probability that Tesla shares is going to drop after hours. And if you wanted a correlation type trade where the options are not as expensive as Tesla options right now, you could be looking at just shorting Twitter. Tesla drops, Twitter drops. There's another correlation that points to the fact that Tesla can easily tank after hours, and that's the Bitcoin correlation. Bitcoin chart is highly bearish here, just as it touches the resistance right here at the blue line. It drops sharply. Now, the meaningful part of this, if you look at Netflix chart on daily time frame, you will see that this was the exact setup before the collapse in Netflix shares. So we're actually expecting about a 7,000 point move lower in Bitcoin over the course of the next 7 days. And if you're not sure how to profit from Bitcoin drop, so ultimately you could buy a lot more Bitcoin when the price goes lower, but not just watching, not just going into safe coin bullshit, which is 99% of the investors and traders do. You can make a lot more Bitcoin while it's actually dropping. So if you don't know how to do that, I invite you to schedule a coaching call. Also sign up at Phemex, guys. This is where we trade Phemex. The referral link is somewhere in the description below this video. So get signed up, get ready. You could be trading Bitcoin, making a ton of Bitcoin with a senior coach here at 13 Market Moves. Now, here's a couple other reasons why we believe there's a great probability that Tesla is going to drop. I didn't have time to insert all the China slides, but the situation in China is not favoring Tesla strong numbers that everybody expects. So we're about to be caught in a big surprise. Now, especially when you see Tesla doing something like this. Tesla ends lease buyouts for all vehicles started April 15th, 2022. Now, why would they be doing that? Well, guys, if you have a leased vehicle, right, I mean, you want to buy it at the end of your lease, you know one fact. That doesn't count as a new car sale to Tesla. So naturally, eliminating that option for buyers is Tesla's way to collect every possible sale they could get. So if you cannot buy your car, maybe you've listed for 2 or 3 years, you have no alternative. You have to go buy another Tesla, which will translate into an extra Tesla sale that Tesla can record in its earnings numbers. Guys, this is desperate action on Tesla, which tells us they're scraping for every possible sale going forward from here. So that message translates into the following. So Tesla can report great numbers, but if reports any weakness in the guidance moving forward, the shares could do exact same thing that we've seen Facebook do last quarter, that we've seen Netflix do overnight. So with that said, if we take a look at some of the other auto companies, which would be important as far as the chart pattern concerned, so they all show us some highly bearish patterns right here. In this case, we're looking at Lithium Motors, and basically it's a definite short after this black candle right here. A lot of them are resembling this head and shoulder type formation. You can see Ashbury Automotive. That's another company that sells a lot of new cars, guys. That look. This is a bear. In every one of these charts, it's a bear. Not mentioning some other technology that also have the earnings tied to events that are influenced by higher rates. As you can see, this company will nail the top in this. Some of you remember shorting with me not so long ago, October, November. This thing was hitting 400 bucks. We've nailed the top on this. Told you to go short on this at 398, and now the company's at 80 bucks. Okay, so what used to be high growth all of a sudden is not so high growth because of the interest rates, and we think, you know, this chart basically shows that Tesla can have a similar trajectory based off the current market conditions that we're seeing, and based on all these charts that I've just shown you guys. So with that said, Facebook could be another one, right? Because if you look at the chart of Netflix on daily, it's got a gap down last quarter followed by another gap down. We can get another gap down on Facebook. Maybe the magnitude of the move not as huge to the downside, but nonetheless could be a move lower. Amazon could definitely stage a huge drop this earnings season. The question is, how do you trade this? Which strikes do you guys go with? When do you actually pull the trigger on this? As you can see with this Netflix trades, we timed it down to 24 minutes. 24 minutes. Now, if you want to nail some of these trades with us, guys, I'd simply invite you to trade with 13 Market Moves Coach. You can sign up today at 13marketmoves.com. Guys, the market is moving. I gotta roll. I'll catch you in the next video soon. Let's go.